Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Holly and you've reached True Crime Tuesdays. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's Christmas, I'm full of flu. Don't worry, it's not COVID. I've tested myself about 10,000 times. This video is a little bit different, as I've just said. It's a get to know me a little bit better because we thought you might want to get to know the person who's telling you these true crime stories. So I asked a few people what questions they wanted to ask over on our Discord, and there's 11 altogether. So let's go. So yes, I am in my pajamas. My hair is a mess. I've just been in the shower. Well, it was about an hour ago, and my hair is going full curly. So let's get to the first question. What is the darkest thing that's truly scared you to the core with true crime? Probably the Junko Furuta video. If you've not seen that video, it is in the playlist, so go and see it. But my God, I thought flipping either the ghost of Junko was following me or watching me. I just felt like somebody was watching me after doing that. You'll understand if you've watched the video. It is truly bloody scary. Not only that, it's very scary to see what young boys can do. I'm sure young women can. There's some stories about young women that have killed as well. But yeah, it was really sickening. So go and watch that video, and then just leave your comments in the comments bit below and tell me what you think, because that was horrible. Horrible. I feel like I'm not doing anything in this video. I could have done my makeup, but I just wanted it chilled between me and you know, in our pajamas, just chilling out. It's like 11 o'clock at night at the minute, but, you know, I just wanted it to be just me and you. Let's get to know each other. So if any of these questions you can answer as well, then please comment below and let us know. We like to get to know our viewers, our subscribers, and that's the point. If you aren't already subscribed, then please subscribe. You know? So, question 2, when did you get into true crime? So I got into true crime, this may baffle people, at a very young age. Yeah, I got bought a book. I don't have it here actually. I think it's still where I lived before, at my mum's. But yeah, it was a very young age. I got bought a book because I was obsessed. Oh, hello, doggo. Don't lay on my glasses, Papa. You okay? Oh my goodness. You're so pretty. You are so pretty, sweet girl. Let's have a look. Let's show your face to the camera. Oh my goodness, you're so pretty. Okay, bye. Yeah, at a very young age, don't start crying. I discovered CSI, which sparked my interest in crime scenes. I wanted to be a CSI. In England, if you didn't know, CSIs are SOCOs, scenes of crimes officers, not crime scene investigators. Same thing, just a different name. So yeah, I watched that quite a lot, and I got bought a book to do with crime scene investigating. I still have it to this day. And then a few years later, I was bought another book to do with Jack the Ripper. Instantly sparked my interest, and ever since, I think I was about 13, if I'm honest, 12 or 13. Yeah, so that's me. I'm the girl who's been looking at true crime since she was 12 or 13. And by the way, that's 21 or 20 or 21 years ago. I'm old, bro. There's a mirror here, by the way. It's like, bro, you'll fall. I really must stop swearing in these videos, guys, because it's not the done thing. Mikey will end up slapping me around the face. I would wear my glasses. I can't see very well without them. Look. Oh. Actually, I might wear my glasses for fun. While I'm rambling, let's get on to question number 3. And that question is, what was the first case that piqued your interest and why? I think I've just mentioned it in the last question, in the last answer. It was Jack the Ripper. You know, it evolved from Jack the Ripper to the Yorkshire Ripper to, what's the faces? Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the infamous Moors killers. But Jack the Ripper was just, yeah, it was interesting because it is probably one of the longest unsolved cases known. People think that they've already solved it. And I don't believe it is. If you want a video on Jack the Ripper, then let me know. I will gladly do one. It's interesting. There's also a film that Johnny Depp did based pretty much about that. What was it called? I don't know, but that was really good. If Mikey can find out what that film's called, he will post a picture or give you a name on the top. It was really, really good. It was Johnny Depp. But yeah, it was Jack the Ripper, basically. What a psychopath. But did you know that they seem to believe that Jack the Ripper and H.H. Holmes are the same people? They think that H.H. Holmes came over to the UK after his murder hotel, came over to the UK and just started killing prostitutes, which is interesting because the dates kind of do add up. So was it H.H. Holmes? Pretty sure it's H.H. Holmes. If you want a story on him and his murder hotel, I can do that too. Question 4. This is a rude one. I believe Mikey's giving me all these questions, by the way, off the Discord, I do believe. I don't know. Question 4 is, how old am I? How rude. You don't ask a lady a flipping age.
Just let me know when you see a lady in the room.
Oh, hello, Callie.
I'm 33.
Question 5, social media info. If you would like to follow me on social media, then please do. You can follow me at HolP30 on Instagram or Holly on YouTube. I've got 2. Follow whichever you like. You can follow me on Twitter at Pimmers88. I have 2 Twitter accounts because I forgot my password to Pimmers88, and then later, after making a whole new thingy, I remembered the password. So, you know, but yeah, I don't really use social media that much. I am on Facebook, but you can follow the TIEG Facebook thing, which Mikey will put under here, and everything will be linked down below. So if you want to follow, then please go follow. Question 6. What do you prefer, cold case or solved? Well, my friends, I don't have a preference, to be honest. No preferences, because, listen, solved cases are great because you can tell the full story and people want to know who got caught, if they got caught. So that is a full story. Solved cases, there's always a chance that they can be solved. And do you know what? With this whole community of true crime thingies, cases are being solved because people are like new witnesses are coming up because they've seen a video about a cold case and they were like, actually, I was around on that day and I remember seeing this. Do you know what I mean? So I think I like both. I prefer the whole story, but I like both. I will sit and listen to an unsolved murder case, true crime case, till the flipping cows come home. So, yeah.
I prefer both. That's my answer. That is my final answer.
Question number 7. Which country's true crime stories do you like and why? The US has some juicy ones, but However, I prefer the UK's true crime stories, not the recent ones, but the most interesting ones that you find from the UK are from years and years ago, like Jack the Ripper. You can get your teeth into that for hours, and you can be like, well, who the hell did this? This happened then. Blah, blah, blah. You can do it with any, but the UK's true crime stories from way back when are like the true crime stories from way back when in the UK are juicy as hell, and there's some that have never been solved, but they are interesting. Like, the US has the Golden State Killer, it has Jeffrey Dahmer, it has Ted Bundy, but you know, mix it up with some Victorian time flipping drama from the UK. I like that a lot. But yeah, no, it's like the US. Anything to do with the US and its history is never quite as old as the UK. It's like the abandoned buildings I watch a lot of Urbex. Abandoned buildings in the US are great, and they are spectacular, and sometimes really, really kept really well, not deteriorated much. However, the history of the abandoned buildings in the UK, like the manors and stuff, dates back years before the US. Question number 8. Give some info on your recent medical stuff. I'm sure you guys don't want to know about that. But here we go. Have you got time? Jesus. Okay, so in 2015, I had a kidney transplant. My kidneys failed. I was on dialysis, peritoneal dialysis, which is basically a tube that goes through your stomach and comes out, and you hook up to a machine that pumps fluid into your abdomen or your peritoneum, and it sits there for all night while you're sleeping, and and that draws out toxins from your blood from what will be happening, would have been put there, not been drained out by your kidneys, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets all drained out in the morning. That, by the way, was the most painful thing. And I'll be frank with you here, because, you know, we're friends. Being on peritoneal dialysis nearly ended me. Not because the actual thing nearly killed me, the kidney disease nearly killed me. It was because I nearly wanted to kill myself. It was so painful. In fact, I was in the process of killing myself because I was meant to do it 7 days a week, and I couldn't cope with the pain because they call it a catheter, the tube, and where it sits inside your stomach when there's no fluid in there. For some reason, mine was sat on a nerve, and every time it sucked fluid out, it would suck onto this nerve. It literally felt somebody was stabbing me and just slicing. You don't need to know about that, but thank God it didn't, but it very nearly did. I was meant to be on it 7 days a week. I was only doing it 3 days a week. I was working 6 days a week from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. I was very poorly, and thank God the call came in that I got a kidney off of a man who had a massive stroke, and his family had to turn the life support off. I am forever grateful for those people. He saved 2 people's lives. I believe the other man who got the other kidney sadly passed away, because kidney problems and stuff, especially a kidney transplant, puts a lot of pressure on your body. You get fluid build-up and all sorts. That's what kidney disease does. It stops draining shit out of your body, so you get fluid build-up. He had a massive heart attack anyway after he had his transplant. You know, God rest his soul. And I do believe that in fact I know that he's not with us anymore. And that was, oh dear, that's nearly 8 years ago, I believe, 2015. No, it's nearly 7 years ago. I lose track of time. The kidney as well, it's doing great. Recently, in September, if you're part of the Discord, Mikey will have posted saying that I am not well. I wasn't well. Again, my life was on the line. It was very scary. I suffered from a really bad stabbing headache all the way down my right side, and, you know, I left it I went on the NHS website, put all my symptoms in. They said see your GP on Monday. So I went and saw the GP on Monday, thinking that I had an ear infection. He looked in my ear. He's just a dickhead. He looked in my ear and he went, oh, it's a little bit red, but I don't see how that's an ear infection. Have some ear drops just in case. Fair enough. I went in thinking it was an ear infection, whatever. Didn't get any antibiotics. He told me to buy cocodamol from the pharmacy. Great. A week later, I went back to the GP and I was like, dude, this headache's not going away. I'm going numb down one side. Because I started going numb down one side, the headache was still there. I was crying, I wasn't eating. I might not look like it because I put the weight back on, but I lost nearly 2 stone because the only thing that I could eat was ice pops. I would sleep all the time. When I was awake, I'd be crying because the headache was just that bad. So yeah, I went back to the GP. He did all my dexterity, you know, hold your hands up like this, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, we think that you've got viral meningitis. So you could, he said, and with your past medical history, there's not really much that they can do. Viral meningitis, by the way, it's not really a killer. It just, you get over it in a couple of weeks. The other meningitis, though, it's like hours and it can kill you. So yeah, he gave me some amitriptyline, which I did not take because I didn't want to, because that's shit. If you don't know what amitriptyline is, it is an antidepressant that back in the day they used to use for antidepressants. Now they use it as a painkiller. The side effects are absolutely disgustingly terrible, and they didn't really check whether it's okay to use with my kidney issue, which I understand. Whatever, I just didn't end up taking it. I just carried on with cocodamol, and I went home. A week later, nothing was getting better. I'd started my new job, I'd done training, I went into the office, I was doing some training on the new system, and yeah, I finished the training, I came off it and I started to go numb down one side. I didn't tell anybody, but I asked the senior there, can I go home because I really don't feel very well? And she could have seen that I was struggling because it was really hard to look at a screen and be in the light, basically. Anyway, I packed up my things and I went numb down one side, leaving, and I drove down the motorway to my mum's, and I was like, can you ring the doctors? Obviously they weren't open and I couldn't get in because in the UK, if you don't ring bang on 8 o'clock, you're never going to get into the GPs. So I slept on my mum's sofa and I was like, I got up at 8 o'clock in the morning, even though I don't sleep, because any pressure on my head was killing me, basically. I rang the GP and I was like, I really need an appointment. So I went back and she was like, yeah, I can see that you came in. The doctor even wrote that if the symptoms aren't any better in a week, go to A&E. So she was like, right, you're going to A&E. And I was like, right, okay. Now, because of COVID, my mum couldn't come in with me. So I trots off into flipping A&E with just a bag. Didn't have any pyjamas or anything. Bearing in mind, we went home before we went to A&E, and I laid on the sofa, bawling my eyes out, and my mum was like, well, it's okay. You're just going to go in, you're going to have some tests done, see what's what, and you're going to come back out. And I was like, no, something's going to be very wrong with my brain. They're going to keep me in. So anyway, we go to the garage, which is a shop, petrol station, whatever. She buys me a chicken sandwich. I left it in the car. So yeah, I got to A&E about 11 o'clock, and unusually, it was really fast. I went in, told them a bit about that, handed them my letter from the GP, and they were like, right, okay. And then they saw me, they asked me loads of questions, then they carted me through to the other place, took my blood, and then put me in a little prison cell cubicle. Smaller than a prison cell, to be fair. There was a single bed in there. And then I went for a CT scan. Then they put me full of paracetamol. By the way, yeah, it was quite scary. And then they put me on EMU ward, which is emergency monitoring unit, or maintenance, no, emergency monitoring unit. And I just sat there in my chair, like starving my ass off, really thirsty, because nobody had brought me a drink or, you know, fed me. And these two new doctors that have just qualified come in. The girl was really nice, and the boy went, "I've got some bad news for you." And I was like, "Right, tell me something I don't know." And he went, "Yeah, you've got a blood clot in your brain." And I was like, "Right, okay." And he was like, "Yeah, I need to put a cannula in your arm because you need to go for a contrast CT." And I was like, "Right, okay, just do what you want." And he did. And he bloody hurt me, because doctors, let me tell you something now, nurses are a godsend, doctors should just stick to writing notes and informing people of what's what, diagnosing people if you may, because it hurt. So I had 2 cannulas in at this time, one for the paracetamol and one for the contrast flipping CT that I was going to have. So I go, and they went, "Oh, you'll be on the stroke ward." So I was like, "Right, fabulous, whatever." So I'm texting my mum, "I'm going on the stroke ward, blah, blah, blah." So I go to the stroke ward, I have my CT scan, and I sit there, and then this really doctor comes through, and he's like, "Yeah, you need to go on tinzaparin." And I was like, "Well, yeah." Well, and in my brain, I was like, "Yeah, I can do that at home because it's just injections into your belly, which thins your blood." And I was like, "Yeah, well, can I go home?" And he just went, "No." Carried on talking to the nurse, and then he walked out. So I was in tears, and the nurse was like, "Well, did you tell him that you could do it at home?" And I was like, "No." So she goes and talks to him, because he's bloody rude as fuck. I think he was Russian. Not that that matters. He was just rude. Consultants are rude. And she comes back and she says, "Yeah," she says, "because your blood clot is in the vein, it's causing a lot of pressure in your head, because as it's getting bigger, because it was quite big, as it's getting bigger in your brain, there's not much room for your brain to like move aside too, because your brain's fully
what's the word?
fully grown, basically, and there's no room for any more blood clot to get bigger." And she says, "He said that you were literally a day or 2 out from having a ruptured vein." So anyway, I was in hospital for a week. The blood clot in my brain is very rare. It's called a venous sinus thrombosis, and it is a blood clot that forms in the main vein going through your brain, basically. And mine was on the occipital lobe, occipital, which has, in turn, down the line, this was October time, we're in December, and my eyes are still terrible. I can't see very well. I go blind when I stand up, when I bend down, when I stretch, when I take a deep breath. And as I'm looking at you now, if I look at that side of my phone, my vision does this. So I've got a glitch in my eyes as well. I'm waiting to be seen by a eye specialist now. It's taken them this long. Referrals at the moment due to COVID are taking up to 6 months. So we'll see when that happens. Question 9. What you do in your spare time? Spare time? I either go to work, research these YouTube videos, walk my dog, or tell my cat to piss off because she's jumping on me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to go to Harry Potter World again because they've got some new things. But literally at the minute, I don't have much spare time. Christmas is busy in the job that I do. I'm not going to tell you what job I do, but I work in the mental health sector. Question 10. What made you move to TIEG? Because Mikey wouldn't leave me alone, he kept pestering me. He was like, "Oh my God, Holly, my queen, my darling, please do a YouTube video or 5 for me, and be our host for True Crime Tuesdays, because you do it so fucking well." This is of course not true. He did ask me, and it's taken quite a while for me to actually film anything and get things moved over from my channel. I just can't be bothered with editing things, if I'm honest. That's it. I do have another YouTube channel which I will be starting back up soon, but it won't be anything to do with true crime, so there's no thingy. Question 11, what will you be bringing? No, what will you be doing from here on out for TIEG and yourself? So for TIEG next week we have a girl who was set on fire alive. So that's next week's video. I have got all the information down. I believe it's somebody Chambers. I forgot what her first name is. It's probably Jessica Chambers or something. Jennifer Chambers. I've forgotten what her name is, but I have all the info down. I will be recording that probably tomorrow or the day after, so Mikey's got plenty of time to edit it. And for myself, just chilling out basically when I can, because I'm looking for a new house at the minute because I don't want to live here anymore due to recent events. Do you want me to tell the story? I don't think I should. Anyway, basically, I woke up on Boxing Day to a policeman knocking on my door saying, "Do you know about all this blood?" and points to the lobby. And I was like, "No, I've just woke up. I've been on night. Why? Is there a lot?" And he went, "Oh yeah, look." And I looked, and it literally looked like somebody had been murdered. I do know more information about it, but I'm not going to go into it because if the person has died from whatever has happened, it's just a bit insensitive. Hi, beautiful. You look so pretty today. I don't, I've got no makeup on. There is a video that you can expect from Mikey in the new year at some point, January or February. Do you mind, Snotty?
So I've got a big box.
Not a big box. It's a dog food box, basically. I've got a box of food here. Food? I've got a dog food box here, full of makeup that I don't want, don't use, etc. But it's being sent to Mikey at some point. He'll probably have to send me his address again because I forgot it. He's sent it me 3 times now already. I forgot it. Yeah, so you can expect a video from Mikey testing out this makeup, which will be interesting. It's like a mystery box. I'm sure he's forgotten what's in it by now. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. If it has thrilled you to the core and you feel like you are closer to me now, then my golly gosh, my job is done. If not, ask me some questions and we'll do another question time with me, your host for True Crime Tuesdays, Holly. Don't forget to click that like button, click subscribe, comment down below any questions that you have, and join me next week for a truly disturbing true crime story. Don't forget to be nice to each other. We all love you. Thank you for your time watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.